Hey y'all, it's Alyssa, aka Banks and Glasses. I'm back with a layout share for December. I apologize for my voice. I've been sick. I feel like on and off this whole month, but I've been sick definitely this last week or so. So that's why I'm a little late sharing this. It is January 1st, but I'm excited to share some layouts that I made in December. So starting with this first one, this is one that's titled You're So Golden, and it's using Maggie Holmes Marigold. I really love that collection and definitely need to be using it more because I have the full paper pad. So these are just some selfies of me after I just gotten my hair cut. I believe I used a layout from Shannon Allor as inspo for this, using like a cut apart sheet as like the torn piece at the top. Next, I have this layout, which is using Dear Lizzie, She's Magic yet again. That's a collection that I've been trying to kill off, and I was really excited to get another layout out of that collection. So this one is just titled Ridiculously Amazing and is using Dear Lizzie, She's Magic, and then a bunch of florals from Pink Fresh Flower Market. And this title is from Pink Fresh Delightful. And then I got to use a branding strip down here, and I just put a little puffy sticker in the middle so you couldn't see the circle for the circle that was in the branding strip. But I really loved this color palette. This is just a photo of me with a dragon fruit acai refresher at Starbucks. So I used some tea themed items on here. I really saved like all the little tea themed things from this collection to use on one layout together. So excited to finally get that put on a layout. Next, this one I got to use up this embellishment sheet from Amy Tangerine. And this is all the way back from 2020, but actually this sheet itself is from 2017, so I was glad to get that out of my stash. So this one is just titled Always Dream, and this is using the Pink Paisley Whimsical collection. There's those last little bits from that Amy Tangerine pack here. And then some ephemera from the Not Too Shabby shop. So this layout is very like crafty themed, and it's just a selfie of me, and then documenting when I made it to 250 sales on my Etsy shop back in 2021. Next, this is a layout from Vicky Bootins. This is called Loving This Day, and it's Vicky Booten's Sweet Rush, and using a sketch from Scrapbook Sketch. I'm starting to kind of write down when I use sketches from certain challenges or groups so I can share that with you all and give them credit for the inspiration. This is also one of my first times using the flare that I got from Scrap and Happy Studio, so that's really exciting. And these photos are documenting a trip to Eureka Springs that we took. So I have a photo of us downtown in the little kind of main gathering spot in the downtown area, and there was like a band playing, so it was a really fun time. And there's going to be a couple photos from that trip that I got to document this month, so I'm excited to have gotten some of those scrapped. So this is from that same trip. This is when we went to Crystal Bridges Museum of Art, and I just took this selfie of me in front of this piece of art, and I liked, you know, the halo effect, so I wanted to kind of emphasize the circle and all the rainbow colors with this layout. So it's just called Good Vibes, and I really loved how these little chipboard pieces were just all laid out together in a rainbow on the sticker sheet, so I wanted to keep that and use that to make a half circle. And let's see, so yeah, this is using Vicky Booten's Sweet Rush again. I use that a lot for this one trip because I thought, you know, the colors went really well with all the art that we got to see. So this is kind of the title page for that trip to the museum. So it's just called Crystal Bridges. And these are some of the first things we saw at the museum, kind of going into the museum and just like the outskirts of the museum. So this is still, again, using Vicki Bruton's Sweet Rush. And this I kind of just played around with on my own, I think. I don't think I looked at like a sketch for this. I had this sheet of paper left over as a scrap, and this is actually cut out over here as well, but you can't tell because of the photo covering it. But I thought this blue, I love the blue that was in this collection, and I brought out kind of the blue glass art that's down here. And I also got to use some more flair on here from Scrap and Happy Studio, which is exciting to get more of that on a page. Next, this is from, again, that same trip to Crystal Bridges. This is such a cool interactive art display thing. So this is just titled Loving This. I loved all the colors in this room. It was like this very cool mirrored room. So it looked like it was a huge room because of all these mirrors, but it was really small. And all these like dotted objects. So I did some mixed media in the background here to bring out kind of this purpley pink. And these papers I thought just went so perfectly with it. And I wanted to kind of just keep the focus on the different patterns and not over embellish the page too much. So this one is just titled Loving This, and it's still Vicki Bruton's Sweet Rush, just layering up a bunch of scraps here and a couple of ephemera flowers. Now we're going to move into some Christmas layouts, of course, because it was December, and I was happy to document some of the photos from last year when I was pregnant with my son, which is very exciting. So this first one is just titled Merry Christmas, and this is me and my husband and his family here. So this was us celebrating Christmas with his family last year, and this is me holding my belly because I was pregnant. So this one, again, is just Merry Christmas. And you can probably tell it's from the Simple Stories Mix and Mingle collection from last year, and it's using a sketch from Scrap Squad. I used a lot of sketches from Scrap Squad this month, which was really fun. But happy to be able to dive into this collection. I hadn't really touched it yet, so I was happy to have, you know, all these options for ephemera and things. I wanted to kind of play up, you know, the feeling of being at my husband's grandma's house, because this was at her house where this photo was taken. So there's kind of like this little scene here, like we're in the living room. And this kind of reminded me of a barn, which I thought made sense because they live on a farm. And all the little treats, of course, like she always makes. So I love how that came out. Next, using that same collection, this is titled Be Merry. And this is also using a sketch from Scrap Squad. And this is me celebrating with my family here. We just gone out to eat to do our Christmas that year. We didn't want to do anything big, I think, because I was pregnant and I was like, I don't have the energy for a lot right now. So I was happy to get that documented as well, and also using up this background paper, which I think is kind of tricky to use sometimes. But I love how the flower embellished the page, and I thought, you know, this collection worked with a lot of the colors in the picture. Okay, this is one of my favorite layouts from this month. So this is called Baby All I Want for Christmas Is You, because it's featuring a photo of me with a coffee and my bump when I was pregnant. So this is using some Pink Fresh Happy Holidays, which I got in the Pink Fresh mystery box recently. And also still a little bit of the Simple Stories Mix and Mingle. This acrylic piece right here that says Christmas is from Bella Boulevard. I used a lot of Dilution Shimmer Mist in white linen in the background because this is kind of a busy background, but I loved it because it was so Christmassy to me. So I wanted to kind of like pull your focus into the middle by kind of whiting out the middle piece to give a place for my title and photo to land. And then this is also using a sketch from Scrap Squad, but I really like kind of did my own thing, but I was inspired by that sketch with the big title. So this, again, I'm just going out, a little coffee date with some friends, and I took a photo real quick of me and my bump. So I used a lot of little coffee themed things on here since I had gotten coffee. And yeah, I just really love how this one came out as well. Going back to using Simple Stories Mix and Mingle here, this is just titled Deck the Halls. And this was using a sketch from Scrap Squad. And this was the decor I was able to do last year for Christmas. I can't believe I even decorated for Christmas last year being pregnant. I was just so exhausted, but I finally got it up like a couple days before Christmas because I was like, I want to take cute pictures with my bump in front of the tree. So I got it done just in time. So I used some tags back here and some mixed media in the background using Shimmer's paints. This is the Color Splash Gold Digger. So we've got Mix and Mingle and as well as a little bit of Pink Fresh Happy Holidays collection. So I wanted to pull out the bits of ephemera that kind of went with, the Deck the Halls theme. So like this little village scene here matches my village scene that I have along the bottom of our fireplace and the little ornaments in the fireplace here. So just really telling the story of this layout. Next, we got another Christmas layout, but moving to a different collection. So this is titled Joyful Stockings, and this is using pink paisley together for Christmas, as well as a little bit of ephemera bits from just a Recollections collection from Michaels. I believe this was using a sketch. And I was really glad to use some fiber on here. So I've got some ribbons that bring a whole lot of texture and dimension to this page, which I love. They are just kind of taped to the back here so they'll stay, as well as with some glue dots. So if you're using ribbons on your page, I highly recommend using glue dots. I feel like that makes them stay really well. So this page is just kind of documenting last year I was starting to look at stockings because I knew, I wanted to get stockings for the three of us with a baby on the way. So I didn't actually end up getting stockings last year, but I got some this year for the three of us. So it was just kind of a fun time, thinking about like, oh, what's it going to be like next year when we have 3 stockings on our mantle. So I loved tucking in all these little bits of kind of wreath bits in here. I think that brings a lot of dimension and texture into the page, and I got to use up a lot of scraps too, so that made me happy. Next, this one is just titled Christmas Shopping, and this is using Pink Brush Happy Holidays again, as well as a little bit of Oh What Fun. It's just stuff I've gotten in my Pink Fresh mystery boxes. I used some shimmer spray along here again, and a little bit of acrylics from Hobby Lobby from a couple years ago. And this is a scrap lift from Moira Rose. Everyone was kind of doing, the stars up here cascading along, and I did snowflakes instead. And these were die cut snowflakes that were in this package that someone had sent me in some Happy Mail, so I was happy to use that up. And this photo is just documenting me starting to do some shopping back in 2020 at Hobby Lobby, and they had the Christmas stuff out already, even though this was November when the photo was taken. So I even had a matching Christmas mask that year in 2020, of course. And I really love how all the colors played into this photo, bringing out that navy and red, as well as some fun pink. All right, and then this is my last layout for this month, another one of my favorites that I've done. So this one is titled Joy. Got a very large title on this side, and it's using Pink Fresh Happy Holidays, and these letters are actually from Maggie Holmes' Sunny Days. They had a little ephemera pack of giant letters in that collection, and I found it's been really fun to use those to make giant titles on my page. So I was happy to use them, and the colors just went so perfectly with this background paper. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use that. And this is just documenting a photo of me with my bump last year in front of our Christmas tree. And I was just entering my 3rd trimester around Christmas last year. So very special time. I love that I got to document that and also use some fun bits along the way. And that is everything that I was able to create in December. I did 14 layouts, which I think is pretty good considering I was sick and my family's been sick kind of on and off all month. I will be right back with some other videos for you all. Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!